Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of
The Loud Ones Podcast.
I'm your lovely co-host. Well, oh, geez. Damn, I started off a rough morning. Sorry. I'm your lovely host, Nas B. I'm sorry, guys. It's early. And to the left of me is my lovely co-host,
Dany B.
Hi, guys. So today's a really special episode. We have a really beautiful guest here. We've been trying to book her for a very long time.
Very long time.
And she is booked and busy, okay? Period. I'm going to let her introduce herself. So, guest lady.
You make me sound like a government official. Like.
She's very important, guys. Very important.
What's up, y'all? It's the one and only Mojo Disco here, coming to you live at the Loud Ones podcast.
Yes, guys. Yes.
I like that.
I want to do a round of applause. Yes.
That was good.
Yes. So, everyone, I don't know if you're familiar with Mojo, but Mojo, let's, I guess, warm everybody up and let them know where can they find you and how popular are you, because you do a lot for your community.
Okay.
Yes.
And I've attended one of your poetry nights a long time ago, and it was really, really dope. So everyone, let me just give you some background on what we wanted to do in today's episode. So Mojo recently transitioned to a beautiful lady, and we wanted to kind of take a deep dive into her experience and learn more about her and introduce her to the world and kind of go over some of the biases that come with being a trans person and break that down and provide more clarity and understanding, because I think that as we see more people of trans experience in entertainment and media, and we see all these crazy comments, and I'm like, guys, you don't understand. I know other people of trans experience, and they're beautiful people. They're just like every one of us. So Mojo has a beautiful personality, so I figured she's probably the best one to come on and do that for us. So, yeah. So where should we start? Because there's a lot.
Okay, I think first and foremost, is this show PG or
no?
We can get crazy.
We get crazy.
Okay.
We're very vulgar. I'm sorry, Mom, and I know Dany has apologized to her mom a few times.
Okay, my mom already knows what it is. So
No
apologies to my mom.
No, we're the loud ones, so we're very vulgar and we don't hold back.
Okay,
like, as long as, like we always say, like, you know, everybody's opinion is definitely wanted.
Yeah,
but we just don't want to disrespect anybody else's opinion, and I don't get that you're gonna do that. So I'm very here for what you got to say today, girl.
Come on.
So, okay, let's start off.
Yeah.
Who's Mojo?
Yes. We need to know who.
Yes.
Ooh, yes. Sips the tea.
Sip.
Yes.
Mojo Disco is an artist, creator, plus model, and just an overall dope bitch from Brooklyn.
Right?
I pride myself in being self-made.
Awesome.
I pride myself in being an Aries.
Yes.
I pride
fire
myself
sign.
in being a woman of community.
Oh, that's
okay.
So
that's
everything
great.
I do revolves around those things. And, you know, transitioning publicly was a choice.
Yes.
A lot of people of the trans experience, they don't choose to do it publicly for safety reasons.
Yes.
But I've always been an example in community. And I felt that if I wanted to take this next step of living my absolute truth, I had to share it with the people who I've been keeping it a buck with.
Okay.
You know, I could have easily chosen to be stealth and delete all social media and all traces of who I used to be. But I figured I'm not ashamed of my journey.
Yes.
You know, I'm proud of my journey and I'm proud to be here. So why not share that with the world to educate, motivate, and just make the world safer for the girls coming up under me.
Yes.
You know, so that's why I do it.
So, a little small history. I met Mojo many moons ago. I was actually hanging out with one of our friends that we have in common, Ashley.
Hey,
I actually hung out with her last night.
Yes.
So we caught up yesterday, and I told her you were coming on.
Yes.
And so I met you before you entered this beautiful journey.
Yes.
So
way before. My
God.
God.
He said, my God.
My God. Ooh.
So a very, 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 very long time ago.
Yeah.
And I've watched you online.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the mirror or the window, I should say, that I had to peek through just to see who you were becoming.
Yes.
So at what point did you decide I'm going to be this person? I want to transition to being a woman.
Well, for me, I've always been trans.
Yes.
I just didn't have the language.
Okay.
I've always had that feeling of not belonging while belonging.
Okay.
And I never knew what that was. I always had groups of friends, tight family, but internally, I never felt like I belonged in this vessel. And it took years and years and years of leaving my neighborhood and going down to the village and the piers and learning from people and getting the language to understand what I was going through, which is now classified as gender dysphoria.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So being trans is actually a medical condition sometimes because that's exactly what I had. I never understood that I was mentally and spiritually a woman because I had to present as a man all of my life.
Yes.
So once I understood that I didn't have to do that no more, I was like, okay, so let me get a taste of this freedom and see what it's hitting for. And I decided to do it. And it wasn't easy. Let me let you know, this wasn't an overnight thing. This was years in the making.
Okay.
Like years in the
was
making.
there anyone that was your confidant, like someone that you can confide in about, listen, I feel this way?
No.
And so you kept it to yourself?
Wow.
No one.
Was that tough for you?
It was extremely tough because I have extremely close relationship with my two cousins. Shout out to Justin and Dany.
Oh, I haven't seen Justin in years.
Yes. So it was. I didn't even tell them.
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't feel safe.
Were you afraid of judgment?
It wasn't judgment because we judge each other down. Like, that's our relationship.
Yes.
That's just, our love language. But it wasn't judgment. It was the fear of having to over-explain what I was going through for them to get it.
To understand.
Because when you have relationships with people who are so close, they're like, girl, I know you.
Like the back of my
hand. I know
hand.
you better than you know you. So if I'm giving you some real tea, girl, I don't believe you. This is just a phase.
So when
that's true.
Yeah.
So when did you officially, did you mark a date for your transition?
Yes. So March 2017.
Oh, wow.
I booked a hotel room and I invited all my cousins. We had a slumber party.
Oh, wow.
And I told them that night, I was like, look, this is what it is. This is how it is going forward.
What was their response?
My cousin Dany, yes, I'm using your name. She was with the shits because she has a major in gender studies. So she was so happy.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Justin, my God.
Because he's from what I can remember, he's very vibrant. I would say in personality, and he will throw it to you.
Yes.
He used to serve me.
Chap. So he was not with the shits and we didn't speak for a brief while because he just couldn't. And Justin identifies as a gay man.
Yeah, because I was about to say, can we give some history to Justin?
So Justin identifies as a gay man, and my cousin Dany identifies as a queer femme. Okay. So we all are under the rainbow.
Yes.
Yeah. So for him, and that's why I say on my Facebook all the time, people say, oh, LGBTQ ain't no fucking community. It's not no damn community.
I was just
I'm gonna be honest with y'all here. It's not a community.
I want to act. You took the words out of my mouth. So I was watching Dave Chappelle's
God bless him.
Yes, comedian, I guess his recent stand-up on Netflix, and he was saying literally there's a car and it's like the gays are driving, the lesbians are in the passenger seat, the bisexuals are kind of in the back in the corner, and then there's the trans, and then the queer person is on the side of the street hey girl, I'm ready to get in car. But I was gonna ask you, is that accurate? Is it accurate that the whole community leaves you guys out, the trans?
There's a separate community per letter that makes up.
Honestly, and I've been starting this petition online. I think T needs to be removed from LGBT. Because we are historically disserviced within our community. Yep. When we are the foremothers and forefathers of the community. We are we are the reason why there is a pride. It's transgender folks who threw the first brick. Shout out Marsha P. Johnson. So, it's kind of hard. And you see that amongst that, all those other things are sexualities. transgender or being transgender is not a sexuality. It's a gender.
Yes.
So technically, a lot of confusion comes from that.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. It is a good point.
That's a really good point.
Yes, yes. And my sexuality, I identify as a hoe, so I'm very fluid.
Oh wait, I was like, wait, what? A hoe? I was like, wait.
Pro hoe.
Okay, I feel that.
You know, equal opportunity. Anybody could get it. You know,
I feel that.
A lot of people think that, oh, if you're trans, you just date men, or you know, it's a lot of different varieties amongst our community, and that's why I think T should be removed from the community.
So now that you outed yourself, as a pro hoe,
yes,
how's dating?
A fool. A whole.
Oh my God.
Full. And it's so funny because this summer is the first time I decided to go natural per se.
Yeah.
So shout out to the baby hairs. You know,
yo, listen, she got her chili vibes going on with the baby hairs. All right.
Period.
All right.
So it's been the amplified attention I get now is through the roof.
Really? Wow.
And it's just like, okay, because I live in Flatbush, Brooklyn. Shout out Flatbush. So like the attention I get now is it's overwhelming sometimes.
Wow.
Because I'm just that girl now.
Okay.
You know, and at no point am I trying to affect that I'm whatever, but my dating life is very complicated. And trans women, any trans girl will tell you, dating for us is so crazy because a lot of the times the men who are attracted to us identify as straight. However, society informs them that if you are with a trans woman, you are no longer straight. You're gay. Because society doesn't recognize trans women as women. Yeah. So that's a very complicated thing. And a lot of times we end up being purses and nurses, and that's not my ministry. Yeah. You know, I don't need a man. Yes. Not to sound like cliche, but I don't need a man. Yes. You know, if I want a man, I want you. I want to build with you. I want to grow with you. Yes. I will not be your closeted thing. I will not be your freak behind doors. That's not my ministry. You know, if anything, I'm the motherfucking prize. You know, if we pull up somewhere, I'm the motherfucking prize. Okay. And a lot of these niggas will make you feel that, you know, for just an ounce of their attention and affection, you know, they'll just date you in your apartment. And I'm like, oh, no.
Take me outside, bitch.
Like, I'm a worldwide woman. Yes. You know, I go everywhere. We're not about to just lay up. What are we? No.
I feel that.
So, how do you enter that conversation when you first meet somebody and they have intentions on dating you? Do you say, listen, do you go in and saying, I'm a transgendered woman? Or do you just leave that off the table? And I say that because I will say small interactions, because I'm not going to be out here and like, oh, like I hang out with trans women every day. I don't, but I do know a few of them, and because they identify as women, they're like, why do I need to tell you what the situation is? I'm a woman, and that's how you're dating me as a woman. Right. Some other people who come from the trans experience feel like, hey, I need to inform you of this because I want to give you the opportunity to make that decision for yourself. Right. So how do you enter that conversation if you're dating someone?
Well, I have a running joke. Whenever someone approaches me or is interested in me, my first line is, I'm not your type. Ooh. I'm not your type.
That's my type.
So from there, you know, I can gauge where their mind is. Me personally, I tell niggas off jump, I'm trans. And a lot of spaces, especially when people don't know me at all, I will be considered unclockable because I'm more of a natural appearance, especially with the natural hair, natural titties, you know, whatever. So I can pass in many spaces. Okay. So for me, it's like I always inform. Because there's a narrative placed on trans women that we're tricking people, or that we're magicians, or you know, that's not even the truth. You know, that's a defense used to hide up men's attraction to trans women, or cover up.
Well, I will say
that sounds so accurate.
Yeah.
Well, what I will say is that this messy bitch, Sydney Star.
Yes.
Oh my God. Know when she said in her younger days she did used to trick men, and you do sometimes hear that, and it's sad, but she was just saying, I guess depending on the community that you're in, whether you feel safe or not, she was like, sometimes I would just have sex with the lights off, and and get down like that, because if I expose myself and I say, hey, I'm this, I'm risking my life.
Right.
And
but understand, Sydney Starr is a older generation.
Yeah.
You know, she is an older generation, and she's also into sex work. Yeah. I'm not a sex worker.
No, I know that. I'm just saying.
And there's nothing wrong with even that implication. I'm just letting you know the differences.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm telling you on the strength of I want to build with you.
Yes.
You know, so in her case, if a nigga just want a nut and that's her job, he don't give a fuck what she is.
I never understood that.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And my question to you is, so when it comes to like doing like okay, so you said that you want to be in a relationship.
Yes, for sure.
Are men, when you tell them like, oh, I'm a trans woman, are they like no, or are they like, like they're still embracing you?
So what happens is something interesting. So a lot of times when I inform men that I am trans, my humanity is stripped from me, and I'm seen as a fetish. So that's really the thing. So I'll tell someone I'm trans. Oh, cool. You want to come give me some head? Who the fuck are you talking to?
Who the fuck you think this is?
Who are you talking to?
Fuck no.
Like, so that's a lot of my situation.
Okay.
They hear trans and they think of a porn star or a sex worker, and usually those men are Johns or tricks who have paid trans women for sex or watch a lot of trans porn. Shout out to all the porn watchers. Clear your browser history while we having this conversation. So their idea of trans is fantasy. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of times what happens to me.
Wait, I do want to say.
Yeah.
Well, not really off topic because you just said it. I actually watched a transgender porno one time.
And how was that experience?
I think because I was just curious because I wanted to know how they depict themselves in porn.
Yes.
Okay.
And
a lot of
that's
people
something
do.
I would like to look at.
I know people are gonna be like, "What the fuck, Nas?" But I'm dead ass.
That's an actual fact.
But it's very common. Don't even feel like
I just wanted to see how they depict a transgender woman in porn.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of curiosity, and I don't know if they feed into it in the porn or not. And then, how do they set the scene? So I one day I was like, you know what?
Right.
I got to type it on the keyboard, and I was like, oh wow! I was like, this is interesting. Why did they set the scene like this? And I'm like, okay, I don't think it goes down like this, but okay, maybe they're feeding, like you said, into people fetishes.
Fetishes
so,
and fantasies.
Oh, okay, so Nas had mentioned to me to watch the show Pose. I never had an understanding of the transgender community, and when I watched it, it's like I could not stop watching it.
Yeah.
And when you were talking about like someone who's a fetish, it reminded me of Angel.
Yes.
And how
shout out to my sis India, love you, girl.
Yes, Angel. When I saw like how her whole struggle throughout the whole thing with that guy and trying to be loved and him doing all of these things, and it's just like, damn, like you say you care about her, but you ain't really fucking care about her. You just, like you said, a fetish.
Yeah.
And then when she found Poppy, it was like, damn, like I feel so happy for her.
Yeah.
Because just because she's trans doesn't mean she doesn't deserve love.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And she doesn't deserve to feel like a human. And when they stripped that whole like the guy telling her to take her clothes off, that whole shit like just was like threw me for a loop. Like I was just like, this is how people are really getting treated. Like
and two points to add to that. If you watch season 2, a lot of things happen with the progression of Angel's character.
Yes.
And it's so funny because I'm a model current day. Pose is, it was like placed in the 90s.
Right.
So times have evolved so much. So much. So I'm actually getting booked for the fact that I am trans.
That's
so
lit.
Times have changed. The girls have put the work in to evolve the culture, but also this season, the episode where she got clocked.
Yes.
Notice it was a gay man who told everyone on the team, "Oh, that's not a real girl."
That's what I was hinting at.
Right. So that goes back to the fact that there's really no community at times.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot. I think that hits close to home for me in many ways because I was talking to Mojo right before we came in to record and mentioned that my sister had went to Vassar.
Yeah.
And because Vassar is a liberal college, there is a lot of people from that community. And through her relationships, and, you know, she would bring some of her friends home. So I was introduced to the LGBTQ plus community very early on. And she has a few friends, and my other sister has a few friends who actually transitioned as well. But the gays always seem to separate themselves.
Yeah. Yes, like
and not support each letter in that community as if they're a part of the community. And I think that is just ridiculous.
But also, we have to think about male. We have to think about male privilege. That doesn't go away just because you're gay.
That's true.
You know, so, you know, you'll find a lot of times that the gay men, they inflict a lot of violence within the community because of male privilege, and because of the fact that, you know, they're trying to obtain some kind of superiority.
Yeah.
Even in the community that welcomes everyone, they want to maintain that superiority.
So, I have a question. Yeah. How do you protect yourself?
As far as?
Well, I'm not talking about sex.
Okay. I'm open.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I wanted to say.
Mojo is so funny.
Jesus. She just took me off a whole nother fucking path. No, how do you avoid danger?
Okay, so for me,
well, I mean, I don't. You guys can see her on video, but I mean, I wouldn't want to try her.
Yeah,
shit.
I
wouldn't say shit.
I'm very dangerous and I'm very hands-on. Okay,
I like that.
So in this little bag I have back there, I stay strapped.
Do not let those lashes fool you, boo.
No, please don't.
No,
please
they'll just
go
wait. I stay strapped. I consider myself to be a hood femme.
Yes.
So my transit is not wrapped up in, oh my God, I'm a girl. My transit is wrapped up in, I'm a woman. And as a woman, I got to stay ready, you know. So I'm never.
Have you been tried before?
Honestly, the only times I've been tried is by like men who try to like out me, or like niggas in the community who know my tea. Those are the only niggas who try to try me.
That's
but stuff
messy.
like that. It's so you look at those people and you look at the fact that they stand in front of the same deli stores and been selling the same Reggie for 25 years in and out of prison. I'm like, you know what?
Sounds about right.
I can't give you anything that the world hasn't already given you. So I pay it. I pay those situations. Like you're projecting so much, and I'd rather you just say you want to fuck me and go. Because all this other rah-rah,
why would you
don't
be
gotta do that.
No.
We don't gotta do that. Why would you be so invested?
Yeah, so concerned. Like, why do you care about somebody that you're not even trying to be with? Like, you like that. It's okay. Just say you want to lick a nipple. Say you want to grab some cheeks. Like,
and depending on the mood, we can make something shake.
Yeah.
Do that rah-rah.
It could be a one-night
stuff.
thing.
Like,
right.
oh my God. Short scenario. So I was in the store this summer. Just a quick story. And I'm just walking to the deli, long day at work, I just want to get my little thought juice, go about my business. Get my little thought juice, boom, bring it up. Thank you. So I'm walking to exit the door. This man is standing in the door. I say, excuse me, sir. He doesn't move. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe my voice could be soft sometimes. I said, excuse me, sir. He was like, so he moves over with an attitude. I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, put some bass in your fucking voice. So I said, who are you talking to? He's like, oh. And I saw he wanted that reaction out of me. He was doing everything he could to make me be the problematic tranny that you'll see on your TMZs and your World Stars. I was like, you know what? God bless you. God bless you. Yeah. And I just went home.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta God bless a person.
You have to bless the people.
You could bless them, or you could tase them, give a little spark to their ass.
I mean, he wasn't an immediate threat. And in hindsight, he was about your height now. So it's like.
Okay, nah, he wasn't a threat.
Let me tell you, he didn't want the problem because he didn't say, I'll smack the shit out of you. He said, put a little bass in your voice.
Yeah. So I want to have some sexy conversation. So what kind of female are you? Are you a negligee
type of girl?
Are you do you like the laces? Or like
just strip butt ass naked?
No, are you a butt ass naked? Or do you wear the cute boxer briefs with the cute sports bra and just like?
Well, it depends on the nigga, honestly.
Okay.
Ooh.
So like I can be very laced up, very Fenty, savage, on brand.
Ooh.
But it depends on the guy. And sometimes I could be very Erykah Badu's situation.
Do you do it the sage?
Sure do. Sage the room.
I hear that.
If I know, let me tell you something. Because the niggas who bring that bad energy got the best dick. So you just gotta prepare. You gotta prepare for it, baby. We gonna sage and get right. Incense.
So what's your type of nigga?
Honestly, I really don't have a type, but I tend to lean more towards fat niggas. Like, I like fat niggas. I like bigger dudes.
Wait, how fat, though? Like Rick Ross now or Rick Ross before?
Well, Rick Ross. Rick Ross was always a good size. Like, I just feel like
no. So but DJ Khaled.
Okay,
ain't no fat nigga tell me he ain't eating, all right?
See, and that's not my ministry. I swear to God.
I don't want to say
the bag is never worth that.
I don't want to say he's a sloppy fat nigga, but
no, he is.
He's kind of like a sloppy fat nigga. Because
Rick
Ross is more like put together. His clothes is fitting a little bit more.
I don't like that. No, DJ Khaled, literally, his pants look like shorts. His shorts look like pants. Mm-hmm. Every time he moves, it's like a fucking waterbed. It's too much fucking movement.
Well, I'm body positive.
No, I am.
Everyone out there with your
No, you know what? There's nothing wrong with bigger guys, but DJ Khaled, I think the reason why I have like a for him because he always got some shit to say, and I'm just like,
you're
fucking annoying, and I'm like, you a fucking walking waterbed, like don't you got nothing to, but I
don't even
call him a waterbed. No.
Are you have you been on a waterbed?
That's relative. I think. I don't mind the DJ Khaleds of the world. You just have to know how to dress it up.
That's okay.
And that's the key point.
Until they take it off.
And that's what I mean when I say a sloppy person. Like,
if you got bigger nipples than me, we good.
I don't mind.
Listen,
I don't mind.
You like big nipples?
They can't help their nipple size.
As a black woman, I have very large nipples. I can't imagine someone having bigger nipples than me.
See,
I wish I had the porn one.
She said she's talking about areolas.
Areolas or nipples?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Wait. It's not on no. It's not on no cow udder shit. Like it's not.
I said, wow. I love it here.
Can I get a wow?
Yeah. All right, let me stop y'all because I know y'all gonna fucking hit my DMs like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Let me see.
Let me just see a nip.
Nah, my nipples is not that big. The areola though.
Yeah, the areola.
It is a little. I think it got bigger ever since I had my son, but I think I
think that's what happens. Like when you have children, your areolas get bigger. I have to ask a friend, but because I don't have any kids.
Danny, you like you have little nipples.
I do have. I have little titties. I have no titties actually. I have like a good handful for my man, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I used to have little nipples too until I started taking my hormones. Okay. Now I have big areolas.
Okay. So when did you start? It's called hormonal therapy, you know?
HRT,
yeah.
Hormone replacement therapy.
Okay.
I started about 3 years ago.
How? Okay, I've seen
4 years ago. Yeah.
I have seen. Because my sister always gets on me. She was like, you're so interested in the trans experience. I've been like studying trans experience for a very long time. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say the years because people are going to be like, yo, what the fuck? They always get on me.
Yeah.
I'll be setting them. I'm like, did you see this? Oh my God, this is interesting. So I always see F to M all the time. So female to male transitions. Mm-hmm. And they always celebrate their first day of taking their hormones. And it's like a big thing for them. Yeah. And they document their process. Did you do that?
No. It's not that deep for me.
Okay.
Because a part of my dysphoria, these pills or whatever is not confirming for me that I'm a woman. I've been a woman.
Yeah.
I just didn't know
that
you know. So I don't really do that. Shout out to those who do.
Yeah.
But I don't. And when I started on the pills, and gradually I advanced to the shots.
So so since we're talking about like exploring and basically like you said you were doing a lot of research. So I seen like I don't remember how long ago, maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, I had seen something on Instagram where they said they were gonna bring like a like I don't remember if it was going to be a trans pony or a gay pony to My Little Pony. Okay. And I seen a lot of people have like backlash about it. And me per se, I don't know how And it's going to sound weird, like how comfortable I am with like my 3-year-old child learning about sexuality through My Little Pony. How do you feel about that? Because I want to not think like that. Yeah. Because I feel like that's kind of like a bias in my mind that I don't want my child to see or be exposed to sexuality on a kids TV show. And the only reason why I say that is because I feel like when they do those things, they put them in a box. They put them in one type of like, oh, she has to be acting, or the pony has to be acting feminine. Why can't the pony be just a regular male that likes other male ponies? Why does it have to be like, oh, she has to flip her hair?
I just don't like that they label them.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't like that.
First, to answer her question, we have to understand that being trans is not a sexuality. So having a trans character in anything is not exposing your child to sexuality. It's not a sexuality. Okay. It's a gender expression, right? So moving forward from that, I do see a lot of inclusion of trans identities within media. And I tell everyone that we live in a world that is anti-trans. And it's so much so that the notion of trans, people think, oh, I don't want my kids seeing that. Because historically, we have been shut out from media. We've always been here, but we've been shut out from media purposely. Purposely. So the confusion can still be there. So we can still remain as a fantasy or the horror or the terror or the trickster or the magician. That's been purposeful. So when we have these conversations around sexuality, I think it should be a fair game. We teach children sexuality as early as kindergarten when we do Valentine's Day. When we say, oh, that's my little boyfriend, that's my little girlfriend. Yes. We do that to children. Sexuality is pushed on children regardless of LGBTQ or not.
And that's my problem. I don't like them to push sexuality on kids at all. Not about being not even gay, not straight, not anything like. But they're children.
Right. I think my 2 cents. Because I was actually talking to my husband the other day about this, and I was telling him, because I have had to educate him since we've been together, of course, and I had to explain to him, I don't care what my son will grow up to be.
Yeah. Exactly.
My thing is as long as he is a good person. Right. But I also feel like the reason why parents do not like to talk about sexuality at a certain age is because it forces them to do their research. Yeah. And I feel as though...
Or they don't want it to be another option but straight.
That's true.
A lot of people don't want to talk about.
That's true.
And I feel like sexuality altogether, whether learning how to... Or what gender you identify or what gender you want to conform to, understanding your inside emotions, to understanding how to express them sexually. I think a lot of times parents tiptoe. Not a lot of people have parents who talk to them about sex. Yeah. Right. A lot of parents don't like to talk about, when they see their daughters dressing in more pants and skirts, they immediately label them and make them feel bad. They buy them more.
Yes. We know those
things.
Then
they already start limiting them on what friends can stay over. They already start buying their toys. So I think parents should not do that, because you can have a athletic daughter who just likes pants. You can have a very femme daughter who just likes to dress up and play. And same thing with...
Neither have to do with sexuality.
It has nothing to do with sexuality. So I think that... a lot of parents are ignorant and they just take whatever knowledge or how they grew up and were raised.
And a lot of parents are traumatized. Yes. Because their introduction to sexuality or sex is not the best. Right. So for them as a parent, I want to protect my child from the things that may have happened to me. I want to protect my child from the fact that I may be attracted to trans people. Right. Or I may be gay or hiding or experimented and I feel like I'm gay, so I have to hide. It's a lot of levels and complexities to it.
How do you feel about, I know in New Jersey now, they just passed a law where they have to teach history to starting like elementary LGBT. History. Yes.
I think it's beautiful.
That's amazing.
I think it's beautiful because there's so much suffrage in the community. However, when straight people hear LGBTQ, they think of sex. They think we're going to teach these people how to fuck the same sex, or that's I'm not
going to lie. That's an ignorant thought that
it's
common
been embedded in our communities. We are anti-LGBTQ. And I'm glad that we're getting to a space where now we can have these conversations, the real conversations, and people can be educated correctly.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, LGBTQ history is not who slept with who. It's Bayard Rustin being the ghostwriter of the civil rights movement and writing and planning all Martin Luther King's everything, and he was a gay black man. You know, that's LGBTQ history. LGBTQ history is Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross being LGBTQ and having to hide that for the sake of having a career.
You know,
that is LGBTQ history.
Wow.
LGBTQ history is Angelica Ross being the first black trans woman to have a trans company that hires exclusively trans women to take on the tech industry, the IT industry, which is a high grossing industry. That's what our history is.
That's
know?
so
and
lit.
That is why we wanted Mojo on.
Yes.
I just got goosebumps from you, girl.
I'm going to bring it to you.
I love that.
You know, and amongst all of that education, you would say, you know what? These people are people.
Yes.
And children will be less likely to pick and ridicule. People have been calling me gay and faggot all my life. All my life, you know. So if a little bit of history can help aid in that, why not?
Why not?
So since you threw the F word out there, I want to get into some of the vocabulary.
Yes.
So I want to educate you guys, our listeners, on some vocabulary to use and not use. And understand what they mean, because now we have social media, people throw these words around and we're like, if you're not within the community, you don't understand.
Right.
Or you don't have anyone in the community, you won't understand. So cis and cis.
Yes.
CIS.
CIS
Break it down.
Is cisgender. So you two will be cisgender women. I'll be a transgender woman.
So where did that come from?
So there's always a yin to the yang.
Yes.
You know, however, we live in a world where you guys have privilege as cis people, so you don't have to acknowledge it. Trans people are told constantly that we are trans. Every day I wake up, I'm getting tagged in trans something. You know, so cisgender is just the opposite of transgender. It means you were assigned girl at birth, girl child at birth, and you develop, and you, as an adult, you identify as a woman.
Okay.
Your path was a straight shot.
Okay.
Transgender people or trans are people who are assigned, for me, I was assigned boy at birth. And through my journey, I didn't end up at man. I ended up at woman. So it was a little transition in the road.
Yes.
You know, because genders are assigned. You're not born a gender. If you go home and look at your birth certificates, gender is not on your birth certificate. Your sex is on your birth certificate, male or female. But boy and girl are constructs of our society. Different societies around the world don't even have boys or girls. Some may have three. You know, you are born male, female, or intersex, meaning you have both parts at the same time. A lot of parents make the choice early on, you know what, I want my child to be a boy. I want my child to be a girl. So the doctor performs a surgery early on so that child aligns with what the parents' wishes were.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people are born intersex, but we just don't talk about it.
Wow.
Like, that's a whole different conversation.
Wow. So,
yeah.
Okay, getting back to vocabulary.
Yes.
Because I know she's going to give me a little history with everything.
Yes.
And I appreciate it. And I know, and I hope our listeners appreciate it too.
And I hope they learn something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So cis is a good word.
Cis is a good, it's not even a good or bad word. It's just an identifier.
No, I'm just saying, just so people know, because some people get offended. They don't know.
Yeah, it's not shade.
And it's not
shade. Now, the girls will use it as shade because, you know, trans women are shaded daily. So it's like, okay, cis, but we'll spell it CIS.
Yes.
You know, but it's nothing bad. It's just who you are.
Okay.
Yes.
So, the T word.
What T word?
So, which word is appropriate? And I know which one it is, but I'm just, again, for
your listeners.
Yes. So, tranny or transgender, is it good or bad? Which one word would you prefer?
So, tranny is a slur.
Okay.
You know, so think of it as black person or nigga.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So transgender is the proper word. Yes. Tranny is a slur.
Yes.
Now the trans girls may call each other trannies, you know, because that's within community.
That's true.
Or someone may say, oh, you know, I'm a tranny, but that's their agency. You know, but a person who assists should never call a trans person a tranny. It's a slur.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
So transgender is preferred.
Yes. I mean, it does have that connotation. Like it does have like kind of like a negative connotation.
No, I know that.
I could understand why somebody would feel like that. I don't want to go back, but I was just remembering you were saying about like how we are not assigned a gender at our birth. We
are assigned gender at birth.
I mean, we're not boys and girls. We're basically male and female.
Yes.
And I watched a show called Queen Sugar.
Yes.
And there's a little boy in there named Blue.
Yes.
Son. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I love how Ralph Angel on the show lets his son be whoever he wants.
He's very tender with him.
Yes. He has a Barbie.
Yes,
and
he does.
They try to take it from him, and he was like
losing it.
Lost.
Blue was breaking.
Yes. He was broken. And like the way Ralph Angel handled it, was like, don't touch my son's shit. Like, don't do any of that.
And that's such a revolutionary thing to see, not only in media, but in the realm of blackness.
Yes.
That we see a black man standing up for what would be considered an effeminate trait in his black son. I've never seen that on television before.
Never. And I loved everything.
Ever.
I loved it. Like, I was just like, damn, this is like powerful.
Yes. But back to the dictionary.
Come on.
Yes. Because we're coming up on time, guys, and I want to make sure we get this out. I think it's very important.
Feel like it.
I know. I would love to have you back on.
Yes.
I'm down.
So
my schedule permits. I'm booked and busy.
Listen, okay. Y'all don't know. I've been trying to book this lady for a month. Okay. Jeez.
She was supposed to be the first episode.
I was telling her that.
I know.
Oh, jeez, it's okay.
Anyway,
let me get over my emotion about that. All right. So we talked about the T word.
Yes.
Now, the other T word is trade.
Yes.
Explain to our listeners.
I've never heard that.
Oh, no. They'd be like, oh, he trade.
All right.
Like I said,
you did your research. You
because
did.
I have a lot of gays in my extended family and through my sister friends. I have a lot of transgender people. So again, I've been exposed to this since probably like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So I'm very like
so trade.
Yeah.
Trade is at its core, and there's been heavy debates within community about it. Mm-hmm. But at its core, trade is someone essentially who you trade something for. Mm-hmm. So whether it's your time, whether it's your patience, whether it's your money, whether it's your dignity, it's just someone you do trade those things for at its core, right? Typically, trade is someone who presents, and trade is gender neutral.
Yes.
Trade is someone who presents as someone who wouldn't be into someone from the community. Mm-hmm. So, for example, let's look at your engineer, but it's kind of racially charged too, because that's a white man in there. But if he was, let's say if he was a black man, love you down. Let's say if he was a black man, attractive looking, got his thing going on. You're like, oh, that's trade, But we don't really know if he's trade or not. But most times,
can that interchangeably be used as far as being down low as well?
Yes and no.
Okay. Because I've seen it.
Because I was still a little confused.
Yes. I've seen it be used that way, and I've seen it be used in the other way.
So down low is DL is a deeper step. Mm-hmm. Trade is like it's not the closet, but it's the doorknob.
Ooh.
Okay? Because they're going to play with this to get wherever the direction they want to go.
Man.
Down low, you're in the closet. Mm-hmm. And you take measures to remain in the closet.
We don't even have enough time to talk about the down low detective on Facebook. Marcus, whoever.
I don't know.
Marquise. He's very popular on Facebook. He calls himself the down low detective. Mm-hmm. Again, Danny's looking at me like, you know too much.
You're informed. You're informing me.
He has a page where basically women will send.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I don't want to speak on him. Bless his heart.
Yes, but I'm saying now.
He thinks he's doing that look alone tells
Danny,
you no.
He thinks he's doing the work of the Lord, and I think what he's doing is wrong.
It's violent. It's very violent.
So if listeners, if y'all want to go look at that, go look at that. But I'm just letting y'all know.
I'm not giving him the time of day.
Just a quick tea, and I know we're running up on time. I want you to look at that situation. He's able to do that as a gay male, but
his house got shot up.
Yeah, but trans women could never.
Yeah.
Trans women are instantly murdered.
Yep.
He has a luxury to expose niggas. If a trans woman exposes a man, she's killed. She's murdered.
Mm-hmm.
And before we move on,
so much.
I just want to say the 18 names of the girls we lost this year.
We were going to get into that, yes.
Jazeline Ware, Ashanti Carmen, Claire Legato, Malaysia Booker, Michelle Washington, Paris Cameron, Chanel Lindsay, Chanel Sherlock, Zoe Spears, Brooklyn Lindsay, Denali Stuckley, Kiki Fantroy, Jordan Kofer, Pebbles Doe, Tracy Single, Bailey Reeves, and B. Love Slater. We say your name.
Oh yes. My God.
18 women this year murdered.
18 women
murdered for being black and trans.
It just gave me chills.
Yo,
that is a tough one to swallow because I wish we had more time. And guys, we will definitely bring Mojo back on because I definitely that was a part of the conversation. But we talked about some other great things.
Yes.
But those are such tragedies that are painful for me as a cisgender woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
And it is tough because I feel like you should never lose your life for trying to be you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's screwed up.
Yeah. And
even when there are people who don't come from that community try to step up and show or raise awareness for people who have lost their lives just for being themselves, then they get called out.
Of course.
Recently, Malik Yoba,
God bless him,
mentioned that he's in love with whatever kind of women, whether she's cis or trans, and it shouldn't matter because they identify as women and I shouldn't be considered gay. And he's been the topic of that of just transgender and that whole interview has been everywhere. And it's unfortunate because he's not the proper representation. But it's a message that needs to be heard, but he's not the right one to be having this conversation. And
it's a start though.
It is a start.
Before I forget, one of my favorite girls is Amaya Scott.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Beautiful.
I've been following her for
long
probably
time.
9-10 years at this point. I've been following her for a very, very long time. Beautiful girl.
She's beautiful.
And she's gorgeous. She's
gorgeous. When somebody they said something about it, I was like, you're lying.
No. Because she was introduced in the industry through a rumor that she was with Trey Songz like a decade ago.
Yeah.
And that's how she gained her popularity. She was very popular in the ballroom scene as well.
Yes.
We didn't get into ballroom scene, but real quick.
Yeah.
Do you go? Do you perform?
I'm ballroom adjacent.
Okay.
I will be what you consider a 007. I don't have a specific house. So I used to align with the LaBeijas, but because of my scheduling and because of just time restraints, I really can't commit to ballroom. So I say I'm ballroom adjacent. But I know all the girls.
I need you to take me to one go.
Yeah,
you gotta take me to
I
one.
can put y'all onto some balls. Balls are open to everyone, and that's something I want to explain to people. They're open to everyone.
Okay.
Not everyone can compete, but they're open to everyone. You got your $10. Come down to the ball.
No, honestly,
no, Nas, we gotta.
I don't got the knees. I don't got the knees to do what I want to do.
No, heard you.
I want to go,
and I'm glad you understand that.
Seriously,
you need knees.
Ever since I watched Pose, like I cannot. I'm like obsessed with this shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I want to go so bad. Like I wanna. Like that shit just seems like it's so much love there.
Yes.
Like it's so much love, and like to be in a room filled with that much love, like I would love to experience that.
But not all balls are like how they are documented in Pose. Because understand, Pose takes place in the 90s. Balls are not like that anymore. No. Balls are like a competitive sport.
Yes.
And that's what I'm feeling for. In person, TV or screen will never do balls justice because it's literally a sport. You feel like you're at the Olympics to see some of these people contort their body and do these dips.
That's why I ain't got
and
no
all of this
knees.
stuff. So I say I'm adjacent. My category was never voguing. I'm too fat. I don't have the knees. I don't do none of that. So my category is face.
That's
I'll sell you face.
I want to see all of it.
All the face.
Yes.
I'll sell you face, and I can walk realness. But voguing, that's not my ministry.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm sorry that we ran out of time with this beautiful, beautiful women.
We'll have her back.
We're gonna do a part 2.
We're definitely going
to
have her back. I probably am gonna have to hop on her schedule.
Yeah.
Because
Sundays work.
Sundays work.
Okay.
Sundays
okay.
work.
So she'll definitely be back. We'll
I'll come here
definitely
before
have a part
brunch.
2.
Yes.
And guys, if you have questions for Mojo, please send them to the Loud Ones podcast. I'm sorry. Let me back it up. We actually have our own domain, so please send it to theloudonespodcast.com if you have questions. We also have an email, theloudonespodcast at gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at theloudonespodcast. Follow us on Twitter at loudonespodcast. You can follow me, your host, always _Nas. And Dany, what's yours? Because she's not going to spell it this time.
My God.
She got a long ass name.
You can follow me at Mojo Disco, mojodisco.com.
Yes.
Yes.
And go ahead, Dany.
It's Dany Bonaduce. Yeah, I mean,
watch last week's episode if you want to know how to spell it, okay?
Come on, y'all.
And like I always end the episode with, if you know it's Dany because it says hot and ready.
Yep.
Mojo, I know you mentioned all your socials.
Yes.
Anything you want to plug? Anywhere anything coming up?
Any events? Anything?
Well, I just came back from the Trans March on DC yesterday. Amazing event. Damn. Shout out to all the organizers.
I could have linked you yesterday.
Girl. But that was that. So just look for me, mojodisco.com. I'm on Twitter, social media. Everything is Mojo Disco. I inform my people through those channels. Just stay connected. My Cash App is $Mojo Disco.
Yes.
If you're feeling needy, if you're feeling charitable, she can always receive a coin. You know, pay trans women.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. And again, thank you so much to Mojo for coming on.
Yes, thank you, Mojo.
Like, we love you here. Thank you so much.
And thank you for providing a safe space for me.
No problem. Guys, let us know what you think about this episode. Hit Mojo up. Hit us up if you have any questions for her. And we're out. Catch you on the flip side, guys.
Bye.